Jasmine Crockett is out of a gig down in Texas. We reported this, of course, on Friday as the news broke. But here's the new wrinkle. Missouri's about to do the exact same thing. How do you like that? Go Missouri. A few more states along the way. Boy, the Democrats are really freaking out. But let's look at Governor Greg Abbott announcing the news. Jasmine, bye-bye.
Hi, this is Governor Greg Abbott. I'm about to sign the law that creates the one big, beautiful map that ensures fair representation in the United States Congress for Texans. I want to thank Lieutenant Governor Patrick, Speaker Burrows, Senator King, Representative Todd Hunter, Representative Cody Vasut, and all of the legislature who stayed in the Capitol and got this law to my desk. Texas is now more red in the United States Congress.
Wow. So this could be happening a lot. And we're going to get to that. But first, can we take a little last look at her little claim to fame that put her on the map? Jasmine Crockett, ladies and gentlemen, say goodbye.
Ms. Green for 4 minutes and 21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's?
It's me.
Ms. Crockett.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's a
I'm
parliament.
trying to find clarification on what qualifies.
Chairman, motion to strike those
I had no idea
words.
what you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just said
You just voted to do it.
Y'all did it first, so you don't want to talk about
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get clarification.
Look at calm down.
No, because this
I
is
would
what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
You don't wanna
recognized.
play
Ms.
games.
I
Crockett.
can't hear you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
calm
me
down.
to be,
Can
no,
you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can
come
we
and
send
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a problem.
Mr.
Order.
Chairman.
All right,
Sorry.
Chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting
Chair
like
now
that.
recognizes.
I mean, really giving women a bad name there, right? Jasmine Crockett, you know what? I think your party ought to send Donald Trump and Greg Abbott a thank you note for this one, because the Democrats don't need her. I mean, the Democrats are struggling. They don't have any kind of leadership right now. They're saying AOC is the leader of the party, and then Jasmine's like, she's in the running, believe it or not. This woman who can't even speak. This is who the left is putting up as their next big star.
They try to act like, oh, political violence, it's the Democrats and it's the liberals. And it's like, actually, I mean, I'm not going to say that like a left-leaning person cannot be violent, because that would be like crazy to say that somebody can't be. But baby. So like, I mean, this is who aligns with that. So like inherently in like who you are, y'all are violent.
Well, I don't think she'll be bringing the nation together. Baby, you just been redistricted out of your position. I don't think you're going to get elected in the new district. Sorry, Jasmine. I mean, I realize she's talking about crazy things like Senate, but that just shows you how delusional she really is. She's not electable. And that's good, right? Because we need to get away from the division and the race baiting and all the nonsense that she was really pretty darn notorious for.
Because when you think about it, Kamala Harris, light years ahead of Donald Trump as it relates to qualifications, as it relates to her overall resume, and as it relates to the fact that she was a lot younger. Everybody said that they wanted to get rid of Joe Biden because he was too old. Then you had a younger, qualified, non-felon candidate, and somehow the people still chose the old white man. So like for me, I don't think it was ever about that.
Yeah. She does her part, shall we say, to fan the flames in a really grotesque kind of way. But you know what? Here's the good news. Texas is getting even more red, okay? Leslie, if you're watching, I know you're really, really happy about that. And here's the thing. There's going to be more states that are going red because Democrats, I'm sorry, they did this for a long time. And now people are saying, we're going to fight back. I mean, they did it look at this. I mean, this is an unbelievable chart. Massachusetts, Connecticut, Maine, New Mexico, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Vermont, Hawaii, Delaware. I mean, they have plenty of Republicans in all of these places, and yet no representation in Congress. How is that fair, ladies and gentlemen? It's not, because you know what? Barack Obama was pretty talented at the kind of gerrymandering he engaged with. Well, now things are changing and Missouri's paying attention. Missouri now going to follow Texas, their lead. You've got the Texas governor signing redistricting into law, and Missouri now is launching a similar bid, and you can anticipate that more states will follow wherever they can. And boy, oh boy, is this freaking one Eric Holder and former President Barack Obama, who put a lot of this into place to begin with. Ooh, it's freaking them out like you wouldn't believe, so much so that they had to come out with a new commercial.
Hey everybody, it's Barack, and I am here with my good friend, Attorney General Eric Holder, because we're facing an existential threat to our democracy, and we need your help.
Right now, in states across the country, like Texas and Florida, these extreme conservative politicians are announcing and acting on plans to slice and dice House districts with the goal of preserving their own power while diluting the voting power of communities of color.
They're doing the same thing in Ohio, trying to give one-party control over almost 90% of congressional seats.
Rather than facing their voters at the polls next year, they're trying to silence them instead.
Eric and I started the NDRC to win fights like this. So, if you want your voice to be heard in next year's midterm elections and beyond, help us meet this moment and preserve our democracy.
Otherwise, Missouri's going the way of Texas. Woohoo! Okay. I'm sorry. You know, I know two wrongs don't make a right, but listen, they did some bad stuff. And now the chickens are coming home to roost. You know, you guys just shouldn't have gone down this path. It was a huge screw up to do it. And you know what? This country's great. Like, we're an amazing, amazing, amazing country. Think about that. I mean, you think about our history, you think about our past, you think about this 250th anniversary that we're coming up on. You know, I'm going to have to get all my patriotic singing and music out. Not just for our millionth subscriber, but for the 250th birthday, because, you know, it's a great nation. We love this country. And you think about all the things that were put into place and all the risks that they took, right? Going back, I mean, even the Fifth Amendment, for example, the ability to protect property, that had never been done. Like ever been done. And you think it's a simple thing, but the truth is it's not. Like, nobody had actually promised to protect the property rights of everyday Americans until our founding fathers. And they want to tear our founding fathers down. I'll tell you, you know what makes America special? It is not the fact that we have the highest living standard or this tremendous wealth, or the fact that we're the hegemonic power of the world. None of that matters. It's not about our wealth. It's not about our power. It is about our people. Our people that have been able to flourish in part because of this tremendous foundation that we have, right? Our founders, they launched this great American experiment for a reason. They were trying to escape tyranny. And then you got these morons out there that want to bring it all back. I mean, really, I'm stunned by it. Let me show you an example. We started the show, of course, talking about ABC News and ABC News's problems. Well, here's one guy that they smartly got rid of at ABC News, in part because he was rather libelous in terms of how he was talking about Stephen Miller in one late night rant. This is the guy that, Trump really had a hard time with in one of the interviews, but he's now got some little Substack, and he tries to say that Donald Trump is the problem. He's the tyranny.
What we're seeing is no question what other countries have seen a lot, what our founding fathers predicted would happen, that a great strong man would, all right, not great in the good sense, but great in the power sense, right? Trump is the most dominant figure of our age around the world. Don't underestimate him. He is a world historical figure, and he is the man that we were warned about by the founders, that democracies fall when a man who can captivate the populace wants to exercise the power that's there in the government. And that is what we're watching.
I'm sorry. You understand what we went through, Terry? For goodness sakes, Terry. That's his name, Terry Moran, fired from ABC. I mean, we went through hell and back because there was only one truth. And you were only allowed to speak one truth. And if you dared, right? If you dared to say anything different, then you were in a really, really, really bad spot. I mean, look, this is the guy, don't forget, that Donald Trump just took down in an interview, I want to say a few months ago. And then for some reason, this guy just decided to like lose it on a late night Twitter rant over a weekend. But remember him?
He wasn't a member of a gang. And then they looked, and on his knuckles, he had MS-13.
There's a dispute
Well, wait a minute. He had MS-13 on his knuckles tattooed.
He had some tattoos that are interpreted that way. But let's move on.
Wait a minute. Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshopped. So let me
That was Photoshopped. Terry, you can't do that. Hey, they're giving you the big break of a lifetime. You know, you're doing the interview. I picked you because, frankly, I never heard of you, but that's okay. But I picked you, Terry. But you're not being very nice. He had MS-13 tattooed.
We'll agree to disagree. I want to move on to something else.
Terry, do you want me to show you the picture?
I saw the picture. We'll
and you think it was Photoshopped? Well,
here we go.
Don't Photoshop it. Go look at his hand. He had MS-13.
He did have tattoos that can be interpreted that way. I'm not an expert on them. I want to turn to Ukraine, sir.
Terry,
I want to get to Ukraine.
No. He had MS as clear as you can be, not interpreted. This is why people no longer believe the news, because
when
it's
he was
fake
photographed
news.
in El Salvador, they aren't there. But let's just go on. They aren't there when he's in El Salvador.
They weren't
Take a look
there,
at the
but
photograph.
they're there now, right?
No,
but they're
in
now.
your picture.
Terry.
Ukraine, sir.
He's got MS-13 on his knuckles.
All right.
Okay?
We'll take a look at that.
You do such a disservice.
We'll take a look at that,
Why don't you just say, yes, he does, and, go on to something else?
It's contested.
Now ABC's hit with this big, we might take away your license. So they got rid of that guy. That guy's now out saying that Donald Trump's the entire problem. This is exactly what our founding fathers were trying to warn about. And I just have to tell you, no, that's all wrong. It's all wrong, every bit of it, because the tyranny that the founding fathers were trying to warn about was stuff like the 51X spooks trying to gaslight everybody, saying, no, Hunter Biden's laptop is just bought and paid for by the Russians and brought to you by Rudy Giuliani, who, by the way, say a prayer for Rudy. He was in a car accident up in New Hampshire just yesterday, and we hope he's going to be okay. His son sending out a message on social media that he's hanging on and he's fighting, and he thanks everybody for the well wishes, and he's okay. But these are some pretty substantial injuries. So we'll stay tuned, and my heart goes out to Rudy. He's fundamentally a good guy and didn't deserve what he got, which was this entire team thinking that they could just take him down. And I'm sorry, but you know what? We are a special country. We are a really, really special country because of the people that came before us, because of how they put together a constitution that would enable us to be the success that we are, to give us the freedom to prosper, to give us the freedom to be unleashed, to give us the freedom to follow our principles, right? Our founders, they launched this great American experiment, and they had no idea how it was going to turn out. I'm sure they were hoping for the best, but what they were able to set up was a pure miracle. It gave us all of that freedom and all of that opportunity, unlike anything the world has ever seen, which is why everybody talks about the American dream. There is no French dream. There is no Indian dream. There is no China dream. It is the American dream. Thank you very much. Thanks to them who had the foresight to basically help set us on the right path. So we're coming up on a big, big birthday, 250 years. I mean, how amazing is that, you guys? 250 years. Like I said, we're going to have to get out the patriotic music and everything. This is a time to really enjoy all that we are as a nation, and I encourage you to. I want to tell you, our friends over at AFP, Americans for Prosperity, they're launching an initiative called the One Small Step campaign. One Small Step. They're kicking it off off with 250,000 Steps for Freedom Challenge. It's a national call to action, one of the largest grassroots mobilizations really in the country to protect our freedoms and to reignite the American dream. The American dream is so important. Every step you take counts. So if you get a chance, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to put it up on the screen here. Go and visit takeonesmallstep.com. Become part of this grassroots efforts to protect our opportunity, our prosperity, our fabric, right? That makes us so uniquely American. We want to fight together for what makes America so special, and they're doing a great job of it. Again, takeonesmallstep.com. It is wonderful to have you here on Labor Day. Thank you so much for all you guys do. I'm just looking at some of your comments, and I see so many familiar faces. If you haven't liked, please make sure that you like. Please make sure a thumbs up. All of it goes a long, long way. Thank you so much for everybody being here. I'm just looking again. I get a kick out of some of these comments. You guys are the best. And again, it's tough. I'm trying to read your comments in real time. I'm trying to look at the camera in real time. We got a lot going on. Very few people could do this, right? But Trish Regan, she's at it. Actually, this is when I am at my best. I'm convinced of it. Like, this is a whole different kind of me than you guys ever got on network TV, because I had to deal with those stupid teleprompters and all the stupid middle managers. And you know what? You had to put your script in the prompter, one, so that management could look at it, and two, because the director needed to know when to fire. I mean, it's a logical thing, right? Your sound bites. And now I'm like, guess what? I get to fire my sound bites. I get to decide when I say something. It's very liberating. I love it. This is the new media. You're part of it together with me. Thank you for being here. Make sure you subscribe. Go check out my Spotify show. It's on video. And I'll see you right here again tomorrow.